Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Lutfi. Today I'm gonna do a presentation for my final exam of Theory of Literature subjects. Okay, today I'm gonna talk about post-colonialism. What is post-colonialism? Post-colonialism is a cultural, intellectual, political, and literary movement of 20 and 21 centuries characterized by representation and analysis of historical experience and subjectivities of the victim, individual, and nation of colonial power. Post-colonialism is marked by resistance to colonialism and by the attempt to understand historical and other conditions of the emerged as well as its lasting consequences. First, I'm gonna talk about Edward Said. Edward Said was born in 1935 in Palestine. Said was a Palestinian American academic and political activist. He pioneered the study of how groups of states governed by one state can function and thrive. Said's work is important that he is widely considered to have hundreds of fields of study called postcolonial theory. Orientalism by Edward Said. A term coined by Edward Said in his magistral work Orientalism is a way of seeing that image, imagines, emphasize, exaggerates, and distorts difference of Arab people and cultures as compared to that Europe and US. Is often involved Orientalism in see Arab culture as exotic, backward, uncivilized, and at times dangerous. So Edward said in his groundbreaking book Orientalism, defined it as an acceptance in the West of the basic distinction between East and West as the starting point to elaborate theories, pigs, novels, social discrimination, and political accounts concern the Orient, its people, customs, mind, destiny, and its own. Next, I'm gonna talk about Gayatri Chakraforty Spivak. She born in Calcutta, 1942. She belonged to the first generation of Indian intellectual after independence and Indian literary theorist. In Gayatri Chakraforty Spivak literary theory entitled Can the Subaltern Speak? There is a subaltern. What is subaltern? Subaltern is someone with a low ranking in social, political, and other hierarchy. The subaltern is a technically term for a certain kind of disposed person. It is a person who fits within the model of the oppressed as being so marginalized as to not even have the voice to oppress. So literally, they are the lowest rank person in social, so they cannot oppress their voice to other hierarchy. And then there is a subalternity. Subalternity is literally someone who silenced the subaltern. So the reason why subaltern cannot speak is because of the subalternity. In Gayatri Chakraborty's paper, in her influential essay entitled Can the Subaltern Speak, argues that the abolition of the Hindu right of sati argues that the abolition of the Hindu right of sati in India by the British has been generally understood as a cause of white men saving brown women from brown men. Indo rite of sari is a tradition in India where when a wife lost his husband, she will get burned beside beside her husband's body. So Spivak through this essay want to give voice to the subaltern. She has talked about who cannot speak or who are silent. Spivak wants them to stand up for themselves without any fear. Next, I'm gonna talk about Homi K. Bhabha. Homi K. Bhabha, born in Mumbai, India in 1949, got earlier education from India and then removed to United Kingdom for further studies. He was developed some critical ideas such as hybridity, mimicry, and third space. And the first one is hybridity. Hybridity is the process by which the colonial governing authority undertakes to translate the identity of the colonialized with a regular universal framework, but then fails, producing something familiar but new. Hybridity simply refers to the mixture of Eastern and Western culture with the contact zone produced by colonialization or simply cross-cultural exchange. Hybridity is a broad concept which is fit in language, culture, and literature. Next is mimicry. Mimicry refers to adapting and adapting for every copying exaggeration, copying language, cultures, manners, and ideas. So technically, mimicry is just copying culture from the colonialized that used and on the post-colonialism. So just copying their culture. And the last one is third space. Third space is a concept developed by Baba to describe the hybrid culture of identity which is emerged from the interwave element of different culture. Baba posed hybridity as a liminal in between space where the carrying age of translation and negotiation. Third space is just the same like hybridity, where it combines two cultures from Western and Eastern, but it not just combine but create a new culture. A good example would be a bench in public park located metaphorically down the street from where you live and from where you work. From the third bench, you can see both place, home and work, while you are not actually in either of them. So yeah. Okay, so that's it for my presentation. Thank you for listening.